Oh, everything's brewing, Mike. This thing's looking good. I love the players that are coming to town. You got Johnson up front, Edwards, Kyle Busch, all the stars. Jeff Gordon's coming to join them.
5 to go to the end of segment 2. 65 complete. Caution flags at laps 70 and 90.
Well, there was a time when this was a house that Jimmy Johnson built, and he's trying to take that house back tonight.
Stewart turned 40 years old yesterday. And he's right there with Denny Hamlin, 7th and 8th.
I think that Hamlin's a player. I'm just saying that he's been kind of laying back here a little bit, but I think he's a player. What
a comeback for Kurt Busch. Earlier, he told his spotter, kick up his feet and go get a drink with an umbrella, because we're just riding around. He's now up there to 9th, trying to move forward.
Another car that's done a lot of moving forward. David Reagan there had a great night in the showdown, made the All-Star race. David Rudeman drives around him there in turns 3 and 4. Rudeman is one of the cars that I don't think is coming to pit road here in a few laps, so he'll get the track position, see if he can hold it.
This caution flag could be pivotal as Edwards marks time with Jimmy Johnson. When they come around, it'll be 2 laps to the end of segment 2.
I think that's your race at this point between the 5 and the 99. They got the best 2 cars at this point.
All right, in 2 laps, one of these 2 pockets 25 grand for being the segment leader. Who will it be?
It's going to be Carl if Jimmy runs up that hill. Look at that. Look at Carl go down that back straightaway. Oh my gosh. Like he had a turbo.
Got a turbo duck.
They just cued the duck right there.
69 complete. Caution at lap 70. And then the option to make a pit stop. Kyle Busch 3rd, Kenseth, Gordon the top 5, Biffle 6th, Stewart, Hamlin, Kurt, and Rudeman the top 10.
But what I love is you just don't know. You just Carl Edwards just drove by Jimmy Johnson. Did we expect that? Probably not. Did Jimmy Johnson expect that? Probably not. Who else is back there that can do that?
Just keep racing. I'll let you know.
The field cycles through. And now 3 of the top 10 cars started deep in the field. As yellow is out. Hamlin started 15th, Kurt Busch 16th, Rudeman 18th. They're all in the top 10.
It would be nice to be able to explain to people, okay, these first 50 laps are pretty much going to be, they're going to finish where they started. But after that, pull up the belt, pull down your belts, get ready, because it's going to go nutty. Look at the top 10, Mike. 15, 16, and 18. The people that started in those positions have raced inside the top 10.
And Jimmy Johnson from 11th to 2nd.
Who you like now, Darrell?
Still like Carl.
It is the 2nd All-Star segment that Carl Edwards has won. Reminder, he's never cashed the $1 million check. We talked about it earlier before this race started. He's been having a little fun with that's former NASCAR Sprint Cup driver Brett Bodine, who now works for NASCAR and drives the pace car. And Carl's been all over the back of Brett's car.
And look at Brett in there. He's just smiling away because he's loving that. That's like old times right there for Brett.
Well, Carl's going to come to pit road, right?
Yep.
Get him 4 tires, you think?
If he does, will everybody pit?
No.
Okay. There's some guys back there that have already made that decision.
I know the first car that won't pit, or I think. I shouldn't say I know. I can't see Rudeman pitting. He just got 4.
Got 4. He's in good shape.
And he's in 10th.
Stay out, stay out.
Whoa! Whoa, everybody!
Trick! I tricked him.
Oh, fake, you're right out there. All right, let's cover those who did stop. Dick?
Matt Kenseth is going to come in and take tires on his car. Carl Edwards' biggest problem is the debris on his grill. Steve.
Indecision in Jimmy Johnson's pit. Finally, the last second, Chad Canal said, come. Just right side tires for Jimmy Johnson. Cars saying the balance is good on that race car.
The first 7 drivers, 6 of the first 7 did not stop.
But right there shows you this race will make you do things that you normally don't do. That 5 car, Jimmy Johnson, Chad Knaus, they live by 4 tires. Just then, they took 2. But this is the best part right here. That's what we used to do all the time back in the day till they put that cone down there, so you had to.
Yep, the orange cone is the commit cone. You must commit to pit road or not by then. Kyle Busch with a late big swing to the right.
You know, a lot of times they'll leave that in the driver's hands. Say, what do you want to do, driver? What happened with you, Bob? What happened to you, Dick? Did they stay out?
Well, Bob Osborne, we're going to ask him, why did you leave Carl Edwards out on that pit stop?
It's all about track position, Dick.
Simple as that. When will you put tires on this thing?
Well, we got a 10-minute intermission here after this 20-lap run, so it'll give us plenty of time to decide what we want to do to the car to try to make it sporty for 10 laps. We'll use that to our advantage. Hopefully this works out for us. Got a lot of cars behind us that stayed out there, so I think we're looking good.
Interesting. Thank you.
30 laps, 2 segments to go in NASCAR's All-Star Night, live on Speed. Speed's presentation of the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race presented by Sprint, proud sponsor of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. And presented in part by Lowe's Consumer Credit Card. Choose 5% off everything every day when you use your Lowe's Consumer Credit Card. And by Walmart. Take advantage of discounted race ticket offers with the Walmart $99 Family Track Pack. 70 of 100 laps, 2 of 4 segments complete. Carl Edwards and Kyle Busch will lead them to the green. Carl takes the inside. Jeff Gordon, Greg Biffle, Tony Stewart, Denny Hamlin, David Rudiman, Jamie Mack, Regan Smith, and Mark Martin. This segment is 20 laps. It'll take us to lap 90.
Whoa, Carl spun the heck out of his tires, and he couldn't get going. And, man, look what it did.
Jeff Gordon was on the move, realized he couldn't clear Kyle Busch, and eased it off into the corner.
Remember I told you when we started I need to work on my restarts? That was going to be the key.
Man, but we got to give Carl some left side tires eventually, Darrell.
Well, I think that was what was wrong. Those tires had got a bunch of buildup on them. He didn't clean them up enough. That thing would not go when they dropped the green flag.
Kyle Busch started on the restart and up high, and he is gone. Gordon, Edwards, Biffle, Stewart. Biffle up high. Stewart on the bottom.
Biffle's car will not stay down going into 1. When he drives that thing in there and tries to go low, it shoots up the racetrack.
And you know, later on, whether he's on the bottom or not, he's going to go for it.
Oh, yeah.
If he shoots up the hill, we could see a big problem.
Well, he's just going to bounce off somebody then. That'll be his plan.
Kyle Busch the leader. Jeff Gordon trying to eat into that advantage of half a second. Matt?
And Dave Rogers told Kyle Busch, just save me some fuel. That's why they stayed out for track position. Meanwhile, that 24 Gordon, he says simply, if you can fix my entry, our car is great from center exit. This could really turn out to be a great night for the 24s that won this race since 2001.
On the bottom, he is being pursued, though, by Greg Biffle. Biffle trying to come back up to where he has led the most laps tonight. Biffle, Edwards, closing on Gordon.
They're all in hot pursuit, Mike.
And those 4 cars putting a little distance on Stewart and the rest of the field.
Well, that's Kyle Busch getting out front on a restart doesn't surprise me one bit. Jeff Gordon being where he is, if I were the other guys, I'd be just a little wee bit worried about that.
Start thinking about 04 time. He's won this race 3 times.
3 times. I'm still going. I'm still hanging.
3 wide back here, and look at Jimmy Johnson.
He's got
stuck in the middle.
He's got a problem of some kind. That car's just going backward. Look at it.
Oh,
Regan Smith.
Regan Smith into the outside wall.
Hang on to it. Hang on.
Hold it. Caution's out.
Hang on, buddy. Don't hit that inside.
Just kissed it.
I think it's okay. No damage to the right side.
Yeah.
I think he's all right.
But he can't see. The cockpit's full of smoke.
We sure can't see him.
That was a wild ride.
First All-Star appearance for Regan Smith, who won at Darlington.
Got that
to
left
put,
front.
Furniture Row Racing into the All-Star event.
Got that left front bent in just a little bit, Darrell.
Yeah. Did he get a little hip there?
Hard to say.
I'll take a look at it and see if somebody helped him around. See if we can get a shot of him. Here we go. Here we go.
Ooh, he might have had a little help there.
I gotta think he might have had a little help there.
Matt Kenseth.
Sure did look mighty close. He might be just like Greg Biffle was, though. Never touched him.
Real fortunate to spin off two and not wind up in that inside wall. He just barely clipped it.
Darrell, when we come back here in a week for the 600, we may once again hear those once familiar words. He took the air off my spoiler.
It sure looks like it. But, Mike, you're going to run your car a whole lot different tonight than you're going to run it for 600 miles. You're going to have it on the edge.
And you're also going to have a lot of leg in it.
Yeah, like you're going to be legging it, yeah.
Let's have a look at Matt Kenseth's car, just because he was the closest to Regan Smith when that happened.
Yep.
Oh.
Yes, there's a small dent in the old front fender.
Jimmy Johnson back to pit road, guys. He didn't like that two-tire change.
Here's the well, I tell you, they live by 4 tires. I was shocked when they took 2.
Steve?
No, he didn't like, Michael's right, he did not like that at all. He also didn't like the track position that he had. They took right sides last time. This time, they are going to take 4 tires on the number 5 Chevy for Jimmy Johnson.
Montoya, Martin, and Harvick also making pit stops here at lap 76. Tornadoes, bold is how we roll, and we get a look at who we think is rolling toward victory lane. I like Jeff Gordon's chances. He started 12th, and he's done nothing but move forward. Right now in second behind Kyle Busch.
Tony Stewart's always a guy that just sort of lays in there, and when it comes time to pay the money, he goes and gets it. Just turned 40 years old yesterday. I like Burger King too, so I kind of think maybe that car is going to pull into victory lane and we'll all celebrate with a cheeseburger.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty hungry, but I'm going with the duck. I still think that the 99 is I think he's sitting on a hot rod right there, and I think he can get it done.
Well, I sure do like that he's spotted on these tires and hanging right with them.
Yeah.
All right, bold is how they roll. 76 complete, 24 to go. 1.5 segments remaining. And the leader at the end of this segment pockets a $125,000 bonus.
And the beat goes on.
And the stakes get higher and higher and higher.
Taking me higher.
Monday night on the Hub. We'll be live with all the drama and excitement from the fastest all-star race in the world. Plus, get up to speed on all the latest news of the world of NASCAR. NASCAR Race Hub, Monday, 7 Eastern, only on Speed.
You okay, buddy?
I feel like I got something wrong with me.
I told you this. I told you these kind of races would drive you crazy.